can't fall to your death, right?
Yes, and that is the worst way to go out. Taking Tim damage is not fun.
Yeah, Tim damage. Here we are heading in. Wexy, actually, we'll say that, and Pate, they're leading the pack right now with 10 points.
They're really stretching this landing right here. If you see he's popping his glider early, you never see this from top players in the normal games. They're looking to drop as fast as possible and secure weapons. When you make a play like this, right now they're surveying the areas and they're going to make a decision based off of what they see of, hey, where should we go? If there's a team going junk, they're not going to go there. If there's a team going haunted, they can go towards pleasant. If there's a team going pleasant, they can go ahead and stretch towards snobby. They're giving themselves options.
And that's really good to point out because we're gonna see where they decide to go. It looks like maybe they're just gonna go back toward. I mean, at this point they can't commit to haunted because there's definitely a team there. There's these houses here they could decide to go to. It looks like that's probably gonna be their play, but here we go. This is a very popular spot to land. Pueblo, Cowboy Town,
Westworld.
It's got a ton of different names. I love landing here. This is probably my favorite spot.
Now remember, last game had 5 eliminations with still 60 players remaining. So he's absolutely a slayer. We'll see what they can do right now as they go to approach 2 players nearby. Clingers come on out, and that's going to immediately drop Skosis.
He's down to his teammates. So there he is right there. I mean, they're not building, so wow.
Did not miss a single shot with that pump. The use of the Clingers, and now how's he rewarded? With 2 elims alongside a compact SMG.
It's pretty solid way to start, and I think they might actually have this to themselves now. There's still a lot of loot left unclaimed.
I will say this: there is a few more, houses they could go through and loot on here. And someone actually flying on in.
Someone just.
Let's actually, if we can we cut back to that bottom right screen again? Thank you so much. They're done. They're done. They are done. Taboo and hashtag, I believe, just rifted on in, expected them to be weak, immediately eliminated there. And that is so frustrating if you're late. You just went from, hey, we got this whole area to ourselves to, what are we doing in match 6?
Yeah. And here we go, Herman, B&Q. So these guys need the Royale flush. They need to get a Victory Royale, and they need to get the 5 eliminations. Now, they could do it in one game. They could do it across our next 5 or 6 games.
And that's how they started our day today, was with a Royale flush. So they have the skill and what it takes to do it. But it's not an easy task.
I mean, when you're playing in a lobby full of other unbelievable players, it's tough.
It most certainly is. Right now, they're just looking around Paradise, trying to spot out whatever they can.
I love landing in Paradise. It's such a fun area to play in.
Oh, yeah. And they've seen some builds go down by this little cabana to the left. 62 shield instantly dropped.
I'm not sure. Okay, so there's another team shooting from that house on the right. So this player was by themselves, and now there's another team in the house just in front of them.
Look at the healing they have available right now. 3 medkits.
3 medkits. Now, they don't have much in the way of shields, but I guess when you're seeing on 3 medkits, it doesn't really matter, right?
It's just one of those things where the more shields, the merrier, obviously, but the big thing for me is these are the early games elims that they need to reach that 5-point mark to earn themselves the 2 points. The 5 elim mark to earn themselves the 2 points.
I have to see what happens. They need to. I mean, we haven't seen if there's other players here. We know for sure at least there's a player in front of them. Maybe it's a player by themselves. Maybe it's a duo.
Yep.
But now at this point, they're making a ton of noise. And we actually saw another team, the Pride guys. They rifted in, so it's possible there's a team close by that could also make the same play.
Yeah, and what is this player on the right doing? They're getting super aggressive. B&Q now, no shields left. It looks like this is going to be the battle pushing towards its climax point here.
Oh, they're going in for it.
B&Q's not.
No, B&Q's down. They're trying to secure him.
He's in the water, though. The water saves him.
Wow.
No shark fin on his back, but the angel wings comes in from the heavens and saves him right there. B&Q and Herma can breathe a sigh of relief, as that might be one of the plays of the day. The second of invincibility. You saw that player in the pool realizing we are facing one of the top teams right here. Let's try to get this a limb. Instead, he's invincible. The few shots of the Tommy gun aren't able to do anything. Because of it, his teammate comes in and saves the day. Herma, while he didn't get the most elims back in game 1 when they had that Royale flush, now with 3 already to his name.
This is the Mouse guys. We've got a replay coming in. They down Kendine there. And they just, as you can see, you talked about it, just securing the elimination. Can they find the additional teammate, though? Oh, he's low. Oh, I don't think they had any mats there. I mean, looks like, oh, 110 metal, I bet.
Either way, it's a quick little cleanup.
Yeah.
Gataga's already out in this one as well.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure in the background you can hear Gataga's frustration right now. They landed lucky landing. Unfortunately, not a lucky spot for Gataga, one of the legendary French YouTubers and content creators.
Now, here's the thing, though. If there was another duo, right? So they definitely eliminated one duo. If there's another duo and Gotaga managed to get some of those elims, if ADZ is at least stacked, they could try and go for eliminations at minimum, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. We've seen this a couple times for ADZ so far today, where it's like, well, he's the last one left. Let's see what he can kind of do, and it's almost like snaking out some limbs there. He's gonna go ahead, grab whatever loot is here. Has a good layout, I'll be honest.
I mean, yeah.
He's got the drum gun, he's got the pump shotgun, he's got a hunting rifle and Scar. King Richard already out of this game, and Svenos is weak too.
And look at his loot. He doesn't really have much. You can hear there's a player that just dropped close by.
This is not fun at all.
Oh, he's on the building above him.
Yep. And this is one where, if you're Sven, you typically want to like drop a trap down and hopefully they can run on in and do this. And I think, yeah, these are the opponents.
Here's Apostle.
Strobel and Apostle. And my thing I'm taking note of is you've got Sven, who's got no mats, stuck in this house.
No.
And only 75 health. These two combined have 375. If Sven would win this fight, he's a magician.
Yeah, and he'd be stacked going into any other engagements.
I've never had so little confidence in a fight victory to happen because of how little Sven has to work with.
Well, for a moment there, they didn't know where he is, but now that he's building, I'm assuming they're starting to maybe find out and hone in on him now. I think that one right there might have been Apostle in the army outfit.
Yep.
Oh, wow, they knew exactly where he was going.
Yeah.
Whoa!
So one thing I do want to bring up, and the reason why I say such a strong thing, like I have no confidence in Sven right here, is less about his skill and more about the fact that the balance changes to the shotguns especially have made that a scenario that you can really no longer win. And what I mean by that is you can no longer one pump someone.
Right.
If someone has 200 shields, the most you can do is what, 170 I think, with that blue pump? So if you hit them for 170 and crack them and drop them to 30 health, they can at least live to reposition, fire back, reset up, stop and heal. It's no longer just one person, hey, a quick shoulder peek and a bang can drop someone.
Right.
They've got that second chance.
Like
it's what's made, you know, solo squatting, for example. That's what used to make solo squatting a lot easier was you hit a couple nice one pumps and they weren't that tough to do. And next thing you know, you're in a scenario where you can take down 4 players all by yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're running away.
And now Apostle and Chef are finding themselves in Pleasant Park. 50 players left alive.
Can we just appreciate the bow tie and button-down look that he just, you know,
I respect it. I'm a bow tie guy
play
myself.
from church, or is this just what he rocks every day, or is this
I believe this is what Apostle does just on the Huge.
Oh.
This is just Apostle.
Cool.
They took a warp.
What's interesting is they're still within the zone. Oh, no. Herma goes down. That's B&Q and Herma. They got eliminated.
I only saw 3. I don't know if they had enough for 5. They got 5
They had
elims?
5 eliminations.
No way.
So that means that now they will be at 10 points, so they're still in contention.
Yeah.
So that puts 2 teams at 10. Can we get a check-in, too, if possible, with our #1 team as well?
It's the likes of Pate and Flexi.
Are they still in this? That's the big thing now. We know that the team in second did just tie them up to this point at 10 total score. We still have Mikolo and Roby, who we got to check in with. And yes, here's Pate and Flexi, so not much going on for him yet. It looks like 0 elims here for Flexi.
Oh, they were hanging out at the villain base.
Yep, because if you remember, they landed just south of Haunted Hills.
Right.
And the 2 houses there. Look at the metal, though. 622 metal, 572 brick.
Wow, and as you can see, these are the front runners right now. If they can find 5 eliminations.
And remember, the point update at the end of the game.
Right.
So, Herma and B&Q won't be represented yet. That will update at the end of this one.
We'll have to see. And they're kind of far from the storm. It's coming in now, but I think they can probably outrun it. Do you know if there's any rifts close by?
Yes, there are rifts that spawn directly east of them. which it looks like there's some build out where they spawn, so they might have already been taken.
He's got to run for it, huh?
There's also technically the rifts that spawn by Greasy, but they're close enough to the zone. They've got more than enough time to close on in here. They don't need to panic and look for a rift.
We've got someone fighting in the storm. Let's hop on over, see who that is. Replay of Batsukuba. These names. Oh, he's got no mats. Oh, wow. They find Rage Quit and Nova. But they're so far from the storm. They're trying to run. 35 players left alive. Mops and Gray Fox, they're just outside the circle. I mean, they still have a whole minute. They could farm up if they wanted. They can even try to loot up if they find a building, or even that shack right there might have something.
That's how they keep just pushing through the low ground. They've already traversed arguably the scariest area of the map, which is the river. That is the spot where basically everyone can look down on you. And it looks like they're going to go third person this.
Yeah, they basically want to try and get these 5 eliminations.
Yep. I think they're looking for...
They're still pretty far.
Yep. They're also still not technically in the zone. They're close, but they're not technically in the zone yet.
I feel like at that point you just kind of run diagonally and try to cut them off. Because both of those teams have to run toward them.
Oh, it looks like here it goes. Remote explosives out. He's got 6 more in his back pocket. You can see the fights everywhere. That player's so tagged. He's going to double up on 2, and there goes Paradox knocked. The player up top, he knows that person's one shot as well. I'd be more worried about them dropping his own, but now there's also players watching them.
The storm's only ticking for 1, thankfully.
No, now it just closed though, and now it's hitting for 2.
2 for now, yep.
Yeah, this person.
He still has the C4
This person
out.
in the zone is not having a fun time. Not having a fun time.
There you go. Blows 2. Okay, so
they got Paradox for it.
Paradox goes down. He had actually gotten down there.
I didn't get to see. He brought up the scores for a second. I didn't see exactly where they were at with the limbs.
You can hear them communicating. There's still 1 player. I'm not sure if they're in the zone, maybe? Hard to tell, but over to Mikolo and Roby. These guys are up in the front runners. They are the 3rd team right now. And they were actually eliminated at like a vital point last game, so we'll have to see. That was a clinger.
If they live through this, they'll be in a pretty good spot because... Oh, he just got hit hard. And as I say it, Mikolo now dropped. Roby can't have higher than 20 HP. Their game might be ending relatively soon.
It looks like this is them. Hex and Reflection, they're the ones. Yep, so Roby's down there.
There's 3 teams here. I think there's 3 teams here because I don't think...
Yeah, look right there.
Yeah, and then Roby, I think Roby's just hit it.
Yeah. I feel like at that point they're like, just forget about us, fight each other, don't worry about it.
Right.
We're not here.
In Roby's perfect world, I believe he wants Hex and Reflection to push these guys. And then Roby can just go and try to like sneak res his teammate.
Wait, someone just went down. Mikolo went down.
Mikolo was one that was knocked, so they just got the elim.
That must mean that Roby's probably still alive somewhere.
That was the guys that knocked Mikolo.
Yep.
So this is that 3rd team we're talking about. Nice reactionary builds out of Reflection so far. Compact SMG so good at shredding those walls up close.
And they're just keeping the pressure on right now. They're not giving this player any room to breathe.
And they can't, remember, once you get that advantage, you can't hesitate. You want to just keep hunting, keep hunting. They've already knocked his teammate. Here he comes.
Oh, that's Zach. Wait.
Okay, so he did actually get his teammate up.
But that was a separate team. So this
and there you go. That was Roby now dead.
So that's 2 separate duos.
So they just got 3. They just got. I think that's 5 limbs. No. That was 4 we just watched.
Yeah, 4. That's outside if Hex doesn't have any eliminations on.
We know Hex has at least 1. So they're at 4, I think, in total right now.
Okay. Very close. But look at the zone.
They're far. They're far right now. Here's Peyton and Fwexy.
They don't have.
Remember, all they need is a victory royale.
That's right.
So they're big chilling right now.
Do you think they play for it though, or do you think? I mean, I feel like
yes, they're playing for where they have exceeded in the other games, which is going for the elims at the very end.
Right, and they got 2 back-to-back, right?
Yep.
They only need 4 points. If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, for week 3 we're playing Race to the Crown. Everyone is racing for 13 points. Victory Royales are worth 4 points. If your team can collect 5 eliminations, you get 2. And Pate and Fwexy are actually at 10 points. If they can get this Victory Royale, they're going to take everything.
So here's the crazy thing about this, right? I just listened in for a second. These guys are actually, he's listening to music while playing.
Oh.
Because certain players play more comfortable in different scenarios.
Right.
Some people like not having shoes on. People ridicule me for liking to wear shoes while I'm playing. Some people like it to be warmer, colder, right? They'll have hand warmers. People say all the time that they play better when they have some music in the background. It like calms them. And that's what's happening right here.
Yeah.
I can't imagine playing anything for money with music in the back. I need to be as focused as possible. I need to be able to hear any footsteps ever.
Yeah.
I want to hear opponents 300 meters from me.
Wait, you can do that? I guess only you can do that.
And a ban. And a ban.
Wo bist du gerade?
Hopping over to Mouse, Mops, and Gray Fox. They're just outside Tilted. Wow. Oh, that just got everywhere.
So they they basically baited that they were going to run away. So that opponent tried to edit out and get a free shot, and next thing you know, the shot comes on in, and there's the knock, there's the elim. Now I'm wondering if they rushed that because that was their 5th elim total. Can't quite tell as of yet. Trap gets placed, so they're going to watch out for that.
Oh, that's like 4 HP. Okay, and that was Ukes.
That's now 4 from Gray Fox alone. You've got to think there's 5. Yeah, okay. That looked like he just said, let's go, and you see the little bit of a smile. I think that just put them at the 5 elims they need.
So they at least have the 2 points coming in. That's going to be huge. He puts his hands
the
up.
celebration right there. That was a beautiful play from Gray Fox. Beautifully baited out that play. He saw as they were starting to run away, like, oh, we're running, don't worry about us. And then turned back around. Player peeks for a second.
Unbelievable.
Look, he's like, what just happened to my game? I think a Windows update or something just kicked in.
Terrible timing. But here we go. Carnifex and Wetched. See, they're in the circle right now. There's still 21 players left. You actually talked about this, you know, people editing walls to build windows, peek out very quickly, take shots, re-edit it so it's back to a wall.
Yeah. And remember, every time they do that, the wall fully resets as he's now...
Oh, he's doing the Wrexham.
Get ins Haus, oder?
Okay.
So Hamry's out. It's just City Driver. So City Driver actually has 2 limbs as well.
And these are opponent's walls. These edits are coming on in so quickly from his opponent. He's just panic building, trying to get some control of the area that he's inside of.
He's actually navigating this really, really well, being very patient. It's cool that he's kind of moving and boxing himself in as 1-by-1s.
See, if you look, every time his opponent gets a wall down, he's trying to leave that box before they can use the edit to their advantage.
Yeah. City Driver's a phenomenal player, so if anyone can pull this out, it's him.
And this is still a little piece of Tilted Tower is still in play.
Oh, but look at the storm now, Courage. It's so far.
Yeah. And that's that's a valley, you know, he's going to have to traverse.
I just realized he has 9 minis, now 8.
Yeah, not too bad.
I think there's another duo here fighting, because this player right here in this box.
So what you just saw right there was, you see that second that, oh,
look at his another duo.
It is. The second that you saw that ramp get placed, you saw how he repositioned to the high ground because he's expecting his opponent to edit out of the top and take the high ground back. I'll explain it more in depth when this fight is over, but for now, I think he's going to try to pop a quick mini. You heard his teammate just call it out. Reloading his weapons, and then he's going to peek on out and look for these elims.
Oh, he's got to keep track of so many different things. It sounds like there's at least 2, maybe 3 teams here. Maybe?
I don't think Harmy has any elims, but...
Oh, we almost... Oh, it's Reflection! Oh, wow. And now look at his materials, look at his ammo count.
He lives through this.
He's going to be great.
And look, this is that awkward thing. You gotta start just shooting through and trying to go, and it's so far, it's so fast. Here's that cliff. He can't go. That's the thing. Remember I talked about the cliffs? They can't go straight. You've got to try to build up it, and you can't match it. If there's no cliff there, I'd almost guarantee that he lives.
Yeah.
This is actually Gray Fox on the edge, getting hit for 8. Every single tick it goes by. I think it's 7 actually. And
he's gone.
He had 3 bounce pads. But you get to tell the frustration there. Surprised he didn't bounce pad. Oh my goodness. Flexi and Pate are still in this, folks. Top 14, all they need is a victory royale
Значит, давай вернусь.
to take this all home.
Да, нам надо
This
ту
is
сторону идти.
so close. Look at the store. It moves again. It moves
Oh, but
away from them.
that's far from them. That's a huge
Wow.
tag.
Печеньки дал хит.
That is a huge tag with the bolt action for 105. I'm wondering if they follow up on that launch pad. No, it's getting shot out. I think it just got shot down by the people who were close. Brilliant play by the people up in that 1x1 tower. They realize these guys are trying to push towards us. They want to use this tool to be able to advance their position as fast as possible.
Where we took the sugar pad.
Yep, it's Brit.
Apostle.
It's Chef and Apostle.
Gonna light them up.
Oh, he's got a minigun.
Oh no.
Hit.
Someone's already been tagged. Their shield's already been hit. Oh, look at that.
No health. They're down to just raw HP now. I don't see how Pate and Fwexy make it through this. I just don't see
Trying to run
how.
out of bullets.
Okay, so he only has 50 rounds left in that minigun.
People right under me.
Wait, so everyone is just like trying to navigate around right now, trying to get that advantage to move into the
Rocket's
circle.
coming to my
Yep.
base.
And
And this is actually big for Pate and Fwexy,
They're
is that
moving
right
now.
now Chef is being targeted.
So their enemies under me.
Or sorry, Apostle's being targeted.
that's
They're
actually
gonna all
a great
do it together.
point.
Here
That's
they
a great
go.
point because he started using the minigun and then everyone's like,
Yep.
no,
Oh,
this
shit,
guy
lot of
has a
people
minigun.
incoming.
Yep, here they come. That should be a
got
free
one.
knock. There goes
That's
Pate.
Pate!
And this should be Fwexy.
Got
There
two.
it goes!
Oh,
They will keep the tournament alive for everyone else involved.
This is it, top 12 situation. They got to run for their life.
10
Oh, it's
damage a
ticking
tick.
down. It
It's
hurts so much.
much damage.
This is really